Hi everybody, my name is Sabrina Santa Clara. I am a somatic psychotherapist and I also do trainings in Psychotherapeutic Touch for therapists, but this video is really for everyone. And particularly I am going to be showing you a tool that you can use to help yourself when anxiety gets high. This is my assistant Stephanie. We've got a couple little creatures in here. We've got a Gabby and we've got a Sonic. And they may show up in the video, we'll just see. Or you might hear their little clicky claws moving around. So what happens when we have anxiety or really any emotional state that feels like it's getting bigger than us, it's almost like our bodies aren't solid enough to contain the too muchness that's inside of us. And so some of you have heard of the concept of using weighted blankets to help with anxiety. And while weighted blankets can sometimes help, for me, I find them a little too diffuse and they get hot. So there is this lovely tool that you can do where you can actually put rice in a bag. So this is what this one looks like, right? So it's just a little bag that I made. It's about 3/4 of the way full with rice. And the reason why we don't fill it up all the way is we need it to be able to contour to the body. If you are not a seamstress and don't know how to sew, you can also just get a regular pillow like this, a pillow cover that you can get off of Amazon or other places. It's got a little zipper on it. You can do the same thing, fill it 3/4 full, and then just sew the zipper shut so that the rice doesn't fall out. Stephanie, would you be willing to sort of lay down, use that pillow so that you're laying flat on the couch? So the reason why I'm making this video is if you go to my website, sabrinasantaclara.com, and sign up for the newsletter to be on the mail list, you will get a free ebook that I think is titled 16 Skills to Help You Calm Down, Moving from Freaked Out to Chilled Out, or something like that. So this is one of the tools that's in there, so I wanted to show you what that looks like. So first I will check with Stephanie. How are you feeling right now?
A little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah, right. Is it the video?
No, I think it's just all the work that I've been working on the past couple days.
So Stephanie is helping me. We're in the process of figuring out how to do technology and QuickBooks reconciliation, all the too muchness that has gotten a little chaotic post-COVID, post-move, etc. So we are kind of working at putting systems in place, and she's been a great help. And so sometimes we get overwhelmed together. So I'm going to show you this little tool, and we're going to see how it goes. So okay. I'm going to actually put your pillow a little bit more so you're a little bit more supported. Okay. All right. Yep. And so I'm just going to ask you to notice how your body feels. Okay. All right. You can go ahead and close your eyes for a second. Sure. I know the lights are pretty bright right now, right? Because we're filming. But at home, you'd want to have lights low. You can also use music at the same time. My favorite is Tibetan bells and Tibetan bowls because they kind of help me go into the zony place. We've got a little creature here that's wanting some attention, so I'm actually going to put her on the couch, or him on the couch, so that
he wants his mama.
Yeah, he can be a little bit more relaxed. All right. So notice your body and notice how your body feels. Right? You're not trying to change it. I just want you to notice. Okay. So I'm going to put this weight on your chest. Okay. And I'm going to ask you, is that okay?
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to ask you to sort of just breathe. You don't have to regulate your breath. Just let your body breathe you. And notice how that feels. Is it helpful or unhelpful?
It feels like I'm being hugged.
Right.
It feels like I'm like taking deep breaths, almost like releasing stuff.
Yeah. So it's like the weight almost helps us to be a container to go, oh, I can actually breathe for a minute, right? And so when anxiety is high, you can just make one of these bags for yourself. Lay down, maybe put some soft music on. Right? And you can decide for you, this one is probably about 10 pounds. Different people like different weights. For some people, weight on the chest is not comforting. It's too much. If you've had any kind of violation where you've been held down, this may or may not work for you. In which case, you could, can you move your arms for a second? You can try putting it on your abdomen, right? Most people, if they can tolerate it, really prefer the chest because it really does feel like, okay, it's like a big bear hug when things are too much. If you can have somebody come behind you and give you a big bear hug, have them breathe their body full, it can actually help regulate your own body. But we don't always have somebody accessible to do that for us. And so this is something that we can do on our own, right? How does it feel on your abdomen?
It went from feeling very heavy to almost like it's not even there. Like
it's not weighty enough,
exactly.
Right? So I have a bunch of different weights in these. So this is kind of a medium size. This one is super heavy. So this one probably is about, I'm guessing 15 pounds, maybe a little bit more. Is it okay if I put this on your abdomen?
Yeah.
Right. And notice that. Can you feel that one?
Yes.
And notice how that feels.
I don't know, all of a sudden I feel very safe. Like someone's embracing me.
Right. So notice that. Right, that often happens when we're anxiety and we're overwhelmed. We don't feel safe. So anxiety, I kind of always say that anxiety is this sort of technical term that we in the psychotherapy world made up. But really anxiety is overwhelmed, scared, unsure, unsafe. That's the kind of emotional quality that is beneath the anxiety. And so we're using these tools in order to support the nervous system to feel like, oh, okay, I can breathe. Right? Is it okay if I move this into your chest?
Yeah.
So this is really weighty. It might be too much for her. If you are a person of substance, I have nice Germanic blood, weigh about 165, 70 pounds. I need a lot of weight to actually really feel this. Someone that is of a smaller frame, it might be too much. So we're just going to try. Does that feel like it's too much?
No, it feels
Right.
good.
Right.
I almost feel like my entire body just released something.
Yeah. So really just staying with that. You know, oftentimes when we're working with anxiety, we all get taught to, breathe and breathe big. But when we do that kind of contrived breath, it's almost like we're efforting. And that effort is contrary to what we're looking for with the release of anxiety, which is actually beingness rather than effortfulness. And so the invitation is, rather than trying to breathe deep, is just to actually follow the breath, to allow your body to breathe you, to allow your lungs to get all the air they need, rather than efforting to breathe in a particular way. And just notice how the overwhelm is feeling now, Stephanie.
I don't feel as overwhelmed as I did earlier. It's almost like I just needed a big hug.
Right.
I feel a little emotional too.
Yeah, so just stay with that. So let whatever emotions arise to just be there. And so as you breathe, you can imagine offering that breath to the part of you that's holding the emotion. So not only can you breathe, but that part can also have a breath too. And for those of you observing, know that we've been doing this maybe 5 minutes. And so this can be really effective and can work really quickly.
My brain doesn't feel so foggy.
Yeah. So one of the other things I do is I'm an internal family systems therapist. I've been doing this work for about 20 years. And so really what we're looking for whenever we're attending to anxiety and helping to anxiety relax, what we're really doing is helping our grounded self, our wise self, our Atman, spirit, soul, whatever you want to call it, to actually have a little more space to be. Right? Which is really, in some ways, I'm relanguaging what she's just said. And so if you're at home doing this, you just do this as long as it feels helpful to do so. It's a really good practice to do when you come home from work, right? To just transition into, okay, home is sacred space. So it doesn't have to be something that you do when, oh my gosh, the emotions are really big. Life has a lot of bigness in it. And in our navigating the world and navigating traffic and navigating COVID and navigating all the things that we have to navigate in our day-to-day lives, these simple practices of being able to come home to ourselves can be super helpful. So again, if you would like the handout, go to my website. It's sabrinasantaclara.com and sign up for the mail list. You'll get that download available to you. If you decide you don't want to be on the mail list, just unsubscribe after that. If you are a therapist and interested in somatic psychology, psychotherapeutic touch, internal family systems, spirituality, and integration of those, I do offer a training in psychotherapeutic touch. I offer a introduction, which is done online, and then I offer certifications, and all that stuff is on my website, so you can find it there. All right, be well.